Planet Zoo, back in our dedication zoo, and today we're building a habitat for the American bison or American buffalo animal that has been requested by Mark. Mark, thank you so much for watching the channel and for asking for a habitat. I'm very happy to do this one for you. Mark actually asked if I could do this habitat with a Wild West theme, which is not something I have ever done before. I obviously British, I don't live in America, I don't have that much experience with the Wild West, with Native American culture, with early American culture, all that sort of stuff. So I had to do a bit of research, and I'm sure I have probably made mistakes, and I've probably done all sorts of cultural misappropriation or whatever, but you'll just have to forgive me. I'm sorry, I did my best, and I'd say it's a Wild West inspired build. There we go. So we're putting in the food court, which is actually quite a lot of this video. I ended up deciding to do the food court as the Wild West theme as well. So the American bison are going to go in the middle of our zoo, where we've had that gap for a little while that I said in a previous video I wanted to fill, so there's perfect space for the bison. And then you'll have seen already that we put in a new pathway that goes through the bison habitat and then comes to this food court area. And so I thought it would be appropriate then to have the food court area also Wild West themed. And honestly, I had a lot of fun with this. It was really good fun. It took me a really long time, and I mean hours. But I really enjoyed it. So yeah, we've gone for sort of the boardwalk look. So we've got the road running through the middle, and then we've got the shops on either side, and the raised path, which was something I found when I was doing my research was very common, was having a raised path, and all the shops are up on stilts. And I suppose that's because it would get muddy in the wet season or whatever, but either way they were raised, so that's what we've done. We've done a little raised path, and I'm really, really happy with how it turned out. Actually, I think this might be one of my favourite builds I've ever done in Planet Zoo. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I'd really appreciate your feedback. But yeah, I love the style of it. So basically, because this is a row of shops, right, or salons or whatever, saloons or whatever, but each one is obviously individually owned, even though they're like joined up, and the front is like one piece, but it's all separately owned. So in all the pictures I was looking in, people had like really like individually decorated their shop front. So like they're all different heights, they're different colours, they're different signs and things like that. So I actually had a lot of fun, like kind of playing around with different designs and different colours, different signs and things like that. And we do come up with some funny signs. The signs on the outside don't really relate to the shops that are inside. I mean, it's Planet Zoo, we've just got some like food and drink and information vendors in here, but yeah, we got like an undertaker and a dry goods store, a trading post, and we got Brown's bath, which I thought was kind of funny that Brown, because brown's not really a clean colour. So yeah, we just put a bunch of different signs up on here. We've got our saloon, various different things. So I did have a lot of fun with this, and it's very, very heavily themed. As you can see, like I cut out quite a lot because it was a really, really long, like I say, it took me hours. So this is already sped up 8 times, and then I had to cut out quite a bit. So you're welcome. Yeah, so we decided to call this area Buffalo Springs because obviously we've got the bison, who are otherwise known as buffalo. I'm not really sure if one is more correct than the other, or if it's more like a colloquial term. I don't know, but I've heard them called both. So we decided to go Buffalo Springs as the name of this area, and I think it works really nicely. Yeah, I'm really, really happy with it. Let me know in the comments down below if you like it. And also, of course, please comment down below if you would like me to build you a habitat. We still need more habitats in the zoo. I'm not done on this yet. I would still like to put maybe another animal in the safari. So at the minute, the safari goes through the lion habitat and the Indian elephant habitat. But I'd love to have another animal habitat that you can go and see the animals on the safari. I think that would be really cool. So if you have any suggestions, if you have any animals you would like me to do habitat for, please comment down below. Don't be shy. I don't bite. And yeah, I just would love that. It would be brilliant. We haven't got any more suggestions after this one, so yeah, I'm waiting on you guys. I won't be able to do any more in this zoo until I get some more suggestions. So we're just kind of finishing up on this side now, but we're doing the back. So I decided that they would need somewhere and like an access point for like deliveries and things. And this is something I actually saw in quite a few reference pictures. So we put some doors and windows and stuff on the back here, and then we made this little platform, I suppose, with some fences and everything. And then we put some crates and some sacks and things. You know, you can imagine that you're getting your goods sort of delivered there, and that's how they get them into the shop. So yeah, I thought it worked out pretty well. I also found these wagons, these like carts, I suppose they are, that I put about the place because they just suited the theme perfectly, which was fabulous. It was a shame that obviously there aren't any horses in the game, otherwise it would have been cool to be able to like tie up some horses, or you know, even if we had just like a horse statue, but we don't have anything like that in the game at the moment, so never mind. But I think it turned out really nicely, and I really like it. We've obviously got our Buffalo Springs trading post sign there, and that's going to go on the other side as well, just so everybody knows that that's where they are. Yeah, so we're just cupping over to this side now. Obviously we need storefronts on both sides, so it's much more of the same, to be honest. And again, I cut out quite a bit of my faffing around and with the roofs and stuff like that. So I hope you guys are having a good week. I'm really sorry this video is a bit late, and the Black Widow Challenge video that I uploaded yesterday was a bit late as well. I'm very sorry, it's just been a really busy week, and for some reason these two episodes, the Black Widow Challenge most recent one and this Bison habitat video, they took ages for me to both film and edit this week. I don't know whether it's just because I filmed a lot of footage. I suppose this one, it took me a long time to build, took me several hours, and then I suppose probably because I'm then spending more time, I've got more footage, it takes longer to edit as well. And I'm also really trying to get better at my editing. Please do let me know in the comments if you guys think that I'm improving. I mean, if you see some of my like really early videos, you'll see a massive difference. I've really come a very long way since then. But yeah, I really want it to be a good experience for you guys. I want you to enjoy it, and I want it to be professional. And I know, you know, our channel's not very big yet. Let's be honest, we've got like 21 subscribers at this point. There's not a lot of us, and I just, you know, for the record, 100% appreciate every single one of you that are subscribed to my channel. I just thank you so much for subscribing. It just means the world to me that you guys like my content enough to subscribe, and yeah, thank you. I really appreciate it. But I know, you know, my videos don't get that many views at the moment, and that's okay. You know, we're still kind of growing the challenge. So, but I want the videos all the same to be really, really high quality. So, yeah, I want it to be something that I'm proud of. So we're making the teepees. So I wanted to include, obviously we're doing a Wild West theme, but I also wanted to include some Native American, you know, decoration, I suppose. I really struggled though with this teepee. I wanted it to be this big because usually from the research I did, you know, you could fit several people in a teepee sat around a fire. You know, it was a fairly large space. But I just could not get the fabric. I just couldn't find anything in the game that would work well, so it had to be this size, unfortunately, because of the little triangle pieces that we have there. That's the only size they come in, and I could have tried piecing them together, but because of the shape of them, it just wouldn't really work. So I think this is a good representation, though. I know it's not ideal, but I think it at least, you know, it's a nod to the Native American communities that would have lived with American bison, I suppose, you know, back in the Wild West days. I'm not making any kind of comments about the Wild West doing this, by the way. I'm literally just fulfilling a request. I myself am British. I do not have anything to do with the colonization of America, personally. I mean, although, you know, there's not anyone alive today who was personally involved in the colonization of America, so never mind. Anyway, digging a bit of a hole here. This is one of those like wagons that you see really commonly in like artwork from, you know, Wild West themed artwork. I am not 100% happy with it. It looks okay. I think you get the gist. I think it's reminiscent of one of those wagons, but I just didn't have like the fabric that curved around enough, because these wagons really, they're like completely like a proper arch. With like a round top, and yeah, the best they could do was this weird triangle shaped one. So oh well, you know, it's a nod to the wagons of that period that you see all the time. So we're putting in the boundary now. We're actually going to make a bunch of this knoll barrier over here, so that when you walk through past these logs, you actually just walk past the bison, which I thought was really nice. Obviously bison are not really particularly dangerous animals. I think they probably could be dangerous if you upset them, certainly a whole herd of them, but in something like this, I thought it wasn't too big of a deal to have a walk through. It's kind of a walk through habitat. It's not, you're not actually walking into the habitat, but the little log posts are all that stops the bison from coming over onto the path. But in the game that does stop them, so they won't come, they won't be able to escape or anything, which is great. So here we're building a livery stable in the style obviously of Wild West. This is something I found a picture of online. I found some inspiration and I just sort of copied it, to be honest. But yeah, I think it turns out really nicely. I think it looks quite like, it fits the theme. It looks good. And obviously, yeah, we put the livery stable up here. There's a little water trough over to the right under that little canopy, and I make sure that the bison can actually get in there, and they can use it as their little, indoor space, which is nice. So we're actually going to put a little river in a minute. I can't remember when to do that. It's very soon. And we're obviously, yeah, putting all of our enrichment items and stuff around. I needed to make sure we had the right kind of foliage, so yeah, we've got a bunch of, mostly grasses, to be honest. Yeah, here we go, we're putting the river in, and we give them a little bridge to be able to make sure they can definitely walk over it. I actually noticed some of them swimming, so they obviously like the water, which is cool, good for them. Yeah, they seem to really like this habitat. It's very big, it's got a lot of space, so if they have babies, there's plenty of space for them to have babies. Here they are. So we've got 5 bison in this habitat. We've got 1 male and 4 females. You might notice that they've literally just arrived and there's like 2 bison inside each other behind this one. So sorry about that. But anyway, the bison are really happy in this habitat, and I really hope that you like it. We've got a few more shots of the bison before we finish up this video. Please do like this video if you like it. Please subscribe if you're enjoying my content, and comment below if you want me to build you a habitat in this zoo. I would so love to build you a habitat. We haven't had any aquatic animals yet, like penguins or otters or anything like that. There's a whole bunch of different animals that we haven't had yet, and I'm really enjoying the variety. So also, if you've got a suggestion for theming, then do let me know, just like Mark did. So we're going to do a little bit of a tour now. This is obviously, real time. And there are bison. They look pretty happy, munching away on the grass, enjoying themselves. You can see the teepees in the background there. I think they look pretty cool. And then obviously over this way we've got our livery stable, which is their little house, and they can sort of fit in there. I did have to get rid of the archways to make sure they could get in, but they can now, and it's totally fine. There they are. So hopefully we'll have some bison babies soon, which will be really cool. And yeah, they're a really nice addition to the zoo actually, because we've got quite a lot of different kinds of animals, but we didn't really have any sort of cattle type animals, I suppose, or herd animals. We don't really have any herd animals yet, so it's nice to have a little herd of bison. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you've got any suggestions for the zoo. Like I say, if you want me to build you a habitat, I'd love to do that. But also, if you've just got any suggestions, here's our trading post, our Western food court. I think this is so cool. I love it so much. I'm really happy with it. I mean, I'm sure there's more I could have done. I didn't put any, drains or gutters or anything in, but in general, I think it's really good. I'm really pleased with it. So yeah, do comment down below if you want me to build you a habitat, and like this video if you like it, subscribe if you want to see more content, make sure you don't miss any of my videos. And guys, just thank you so much for watching, thank you for being here, thank you for supporting the channel, and we'll see you next time. Thanks so much for watching guys, bye!